Hi, Leo, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your December 13th, 2023 Mercury retrograde reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps this channel out immensely to be seen by the YouTube algorithm, so thank you so much for doing so. So let's see what the cards have to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Interesting. Okay, we have the World reversed. Guide this reading and show me clearly. We have the Chariot. We have the Page of Wands. We have the Four of Swords, Angels and Spirit Guides, show me clearly. We have the Empress. We have the Ten of Pentacles reversed. And we have the Moon. So strong Pisces energy coming through, strong Cancer energy coming through. If you're born on the cusp with Cancer, or you have Cancer in your chart, that's going to come through very strongly, just as if you have Pisces in your chart, that's going to come through very strongly as well. There's going to be a sense here of needing to listen to your inner child, but also needing to listen to kind of this, it's not listen to, you're going to be learning a lot during this time, and you're going to be kind of an unwilling student. So just be aware of that. Needing to listen to your inner child is also going to be a very big thing. There is a sense here of feeling like I can't slow down. I can't slow down. I can't rest. I can't stop. I have to keep on pushing. I have to keep on going. And that's not going to serve us as well as we think it is. The world reversed means that our world has become small. It's not a bad thing. We can sit there and say, oh my gosh, my world has become small. I don't want it to be small. I want it to be big and opened and vast. But having our world become small is actually a very comforting, beautiful thing. It means that this is a time where we're looking at the universe within ourselves, our soul, and what we deeply desire and what we deeply want and what we deeply need, and how we need to move forward in order to honor us. And that's going to be very much a game changer during this time. We're having our creativity come forward, and that's going to be something that we can absolutely nurture and really see expand during Mercury retrograde, which is from the 13th of December to the 1st of January. And then we have the post-shadow period that lasts for 3 weeks before, and we've had the pre-shadow period that lasts for 3 weeks before Mercury retrograde. So we really have been feeling this energy. And we're going to be looking at, what am I creating? What am I cultivating? How am I moving things forward? And with the 10 of Pentacles reversed, we have to be very mindful not to let jealousy kind of override everything. For us to think, oh, that person has this and that person has that. We can also feel like we were cursed. We can really have that strong feeling of things go right for everybody else, but for me, it's always going to be harder. I'm always cursed. I was born under an unlucky star. And Spirit is saying, stop. A lot of times when we are out of alignment with ourselves, Spirit puts up roadblocks. And we do have our challenges just in day-to-day life anyway. So if we're not in alignment with our soul's purpose, we can find that roadblocks come up because Spirit's like, hey, I just want you to know that you need to slow down, you need to center yourself. And during a Mercury retrogrades are really interesting. They're a time where, things go haywire, especially around communication and tech and travel, all things that Mercury rules. But also, what isn't being said that needs to be said starts to come to the surface in a Mercury retrograde. And we'll see us being aligned to really kind of break down barriers, to open up these doors, to release what needs to be released. So let's see what Spirit has to say. And if you're interested in entering to receive a free reading, put a snowman in the comment box below. A person will be chosen at random, and a video will be made announcing the winner on the 1st of January. Yeah, the 1st of January. So don't be scammed by anybody contacting you in the comment box. It will not be me. Keep your eyes out for that video. All the instructions will be there, and the winner will be announced. And if you're interested in purchasing a reading, my website is listed in the description box below, daneharttarot.com. So let's see what Spirit has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Here we have Inspire reversed. We are moving so quickly, and we have so many things going on, Leo, that being inspired and taking time for that inspiration to come forward can just be like disconnect. It's like, no, I'm not inspired right now. I'm getting the job done. I'm moving forward. I'm doing what I have to do. But the inspiration isn't there. The passion isn't there. And this is going to be a time where Spirit is saying, hey, align yourself with your inspiration, whatever that may be, whatever sets your heart on alight, bring it forward. And we tend to think, okay, I have to monetize everything that I love and everything that I'm good at. And Spirit is saying here, no, you don't. To be inspired, sometimes you do things that make you no money at all, but it's fun and it's joyous and it makes you laugh and it makes you smile, and adds bonus points to your heart. And let's start embracing that. If we calm down our world and if we say, okay, what's sacredly important to me? What do I really need? And then we start to align with that energy, we'll be surprised at what happens. We'll be surprised at how things open up for us. We'll be surprised what the shift in our mind does to open up doors and take stress off our shoulders. Our our chakra message, angels and spirit guides show me clearly, guide this reading. We have two. We have here flexible, and this is the sacral chakra, and we have here self-mastery, and this is the solar plexus chakra. This is going to be a time where we see a flexibility of our spirit and our soul within our sacral chakra. Our sacral chakra is our creative energy. We have that coming through very strongly with the Empress. So we're going to see ourselves embracing a more kind of creative, fluid, deeper understanding of what we want and how we're moving forward and where we need to be for ourselves and how we're opening up the door for us. Self-mastery, the solar plexus chakra, is very much a sense of how am I coming into balance with me and how am I opening up that door? How am I seeing who I am and what I want and what's important to me? And how am I holding sacred space for myself? So the solar plexus chakra is telling us our gut is talking to us a lot during this time, and we need to listen. It is going to be very empowering to be able to listen to our gut. Oh, goodness. Our energy to be mindful of, angels and spirit guides show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides, is Cernunnos reverse. Now, Cernunnos in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck is the devil. And this energy is telling us, hey, listen, be mindful. The devil reverse is that we're releasing a lot of addictions, negativities, things that have dragged us down, held us back. We're going to be letting them go. Or we're going to be saying, you know what? I see that. And I see the power that it once had over my life. It doesn't get to have the same power, but it's going to want to. So just be aware of this during this time when Mercury retrograde, when we're feeling frustrated. We can go back to old coping mechanisms that didn't work to begin with and that we really find that are harmful to us now. It doesn't have to be in a way that people think are harmful, but we can start, running too much or really restricting the way that we're eating or doing other things like, cleaning, but just too intensely. It takes over. And these are going to be things where people say, oh, wow, we get complimented for it, but it might not be healthy for us. So just be mindful during this time that the devil energy can appear any way it wants to. And people can compliment us for it, or if they can, say, oh, this is harmful, like be careful, but it's going to be energy that becomes all consuming. This is also Capricorn energy. So Mercury is in Capricorn for a lot of Mercury retrograde. It's in Capricorn from the 1st to the 23rd of December. So knowing that during this time, that Capricorn energy, it can make us kind of lose our stride, make us really doubt, how do I move forward? Where do I want to be? Because we're going to be so gosh darn practical that we're going to take the joy and the sparkle out of life. The sparkle is just really important and it's really beautiful. So just knowing that during this time is going to be an important thing. So we've been touched by Mercury retrograde from the pre-shadow period, and that's 3 weeks before Mercury retrograde begins on the 13th of December. And the pre-shadow period, Mercury was in Sagittarius. There we go. The pre-shadow period began on the 25th, and Mercury was in retrograde was in Sagittarius until the 1st of December. So what we're going to see here is that from the 1st of December to the 23rd of December, it's in Capricorn. So Sagittarius, very optimistic energy, very much like, of course you can, let's go after it, let's try, let's see. And Capricorn energy is much more of the realist, a little bit of the pessimist too, can definitely be. Not every Capricorn is. Some Capricorns very much are like, believe in your dreams, go after them, but they are terribly, terribly, terribly practical people. Other alignments in their chart can make them a little bit more adventurous or not, but Capricorn is a very grounding energy. When we have our world becoming smaller, Capricorn is saying to us, hey, listen, what are your responsibilities to take care of right now? What do you need? What do you want? What's important to you? How are you opening up the door? Where are you going to be in the next 5, 10, 15 years? That type of stuff starts coming forward and it can be very overwhelming. It's like, well, I'm figuring it out, or I'm going through a bit of a rough patch right now. And the energy from Capricorn is like, well, shape up and fly right. And that can be very beneficial because we'll start to look at things and be like, oh, okay, I need to do this, or I need to do that, or I need to look at this, I need to look at that. And we can start get the ball rolling. But also we can kind of doubt that we can, because we become so practical and we start to look at all the practical sides of things that we let go of the bit of faith, the faith, the imagination, the gumption, the spirit that Sagittarius energy brings to the table. And so then when we are in Sagittarius energy from the 24th of December, to the 1st of January, when Mercury goes into the post shadow period, we're going to find that we're believing in the dreams again. It becomes easier to dream. It becomes easier to see what we desire. So our world becoming smaller is going to be, okay, how can I handle where I am right now? How can I open up the door? Where is it that I need to be? What's important to me? And that's when we start to take the reins on things. So when the world becomes small, don't think, oh, that's terrible. I'm never going to get to where I want to be. You can find that you get exactly where you want to be. If you take out all the kind of noise of the rest of the world, and that's what comes in with the 10. Actually, we're going to jump right here. That's what comes in with the 10 of Pentacles reversed. Now, this can also be a cursed energy, right? We can really think, I laugh because we're not cursed, but it feels that way. It's like, oh, what I'm going after, it doesn't work. Everybody else has XYZ and I don't. But if we're behind closed doors with everybody who pretends to be perfect, we'll see that they're really not. Actually, the people who pretend to be perfect the most usually are the most flawed. And with generational curses coming in, we can look at things and see patterns. But because we are aware of them, we are also breaking them. So understanding that is also very powerful and very beautiful. With the 10 of Pentacles reversed, this is going to be a time where we can really think, the more I have, the better off I am, right? The more I accumulate, the more I kind of stress myself out to keep up with the Joneses, the Kardashians, the whomever, that we're trying to keep up with. The less we align with who we really are, the less we align with what is sacredly powerful and important and beautiful for us. And so this is going to be a time where we can feel like we're not coming to a completion of a cycle when it comes to financial matters or when it comes to what we value as much as money. But there are going to be awakenings during a Mercury retrograde, because Mercury retrogrades, again, they say what kind of needs to be said, even if we don't want to hear it, or they have us think in ways that we needed to think, even though we didn't want to think those thoughts. We didn't want to hear it in our own heads. And it brings us to this place where we start to take the reins. We start to say, you know what? I'm going after what I desire and what I want and what I need. And my emotions aren't going to take over, which they can have a tendency to do, especially for Leo energy, because we're so vibrant, right? Your ruling planet is the sun. There's like a spotlight on you. You were born with that kind of vibrant, beautiful, showy energy to just move you forward. And so emotions can run very, very high. Fire sign energy is like, okay, let's let it run even higher. Let's kind of feed the fire, boil the water, make things move forward. And so here, we need to rein it in. We're going to be looking at things and saying, okay, what do I really want? Where do I really want to be? Because Mercury is conjunct the dwarf planet Qurar, all right? And Qurar is a god of creation, but also a god of bringing order out of chaos. So we're going to see order out of chaos coming from all things Mercury during this time. And again, that's communication and that's travel and that's tech. During a Mercury retrograde, they go haywire, but they're also coming back into order. There's also a sense that it will only go so far, right? It won't be this chaos that is completely overwhelming. The new moon energy and Mercury retrograde energy are sandwiched right next to each other. So they're going to be balancing each other out. There's going to be the sense of deeper understanding coming. It's like, what do I need to rein in? What do I desire? That Sagittarius energy, because we are in Sagittarius during this new moon, we're going to find is astoundingly strong. And not new moon, but also this Mercury retrograde for a lot of it. Then we move into Capricorn energy, which is so interesting that those are the two energies that we're kind of ping-ponging against. We're going to be looking at it and saying, okay, how do I bring the practical? How do I bring, no, not the practical into my dreams, but how do I bring my dreams into the practical? Like, how do I bring them forward? Because a lot of us are going to be a little bit afraid to move our dreams forward into the practical world, where we're going to feel like, spaghetti is thrown at them. Spaghetti with sauce all over it is thrown at our dreams. And they're not that neat, beautiful dream that we had, that was in the closet, that we had desired. It's more chaotic. It's more all over the place. It gets fingerprints on it as soon as we start to bring it into life. And that's where we are going to find that we really are a student. We really are a student during this time, yet we really don't want to be. And with the Page of Wands reversed, there is also the sense of, am I connecting with my inner child? Am I connecting with the dreams that I had. It's not going to be the same way. Okay, so backtracking. Our dreams are going to come forward, but not in the way that we had thought. So when we are young, we have a limited imagination, we have limited words for things. So our dreams are very much in alignment with the world that we know. But Spirit can be saying your dreams are going to come true in a way that wasn't known to you when you were little. Like you didn't think, oh, that's a viable way to do things. You thought, oh, no, it had to be like this. Because we can be very kind of like, this is the way it's always been, so this is the way it's going to be type of people. So here, there is a sense of, are you listening to the heart of your dream? Because you might find the heart of your dream is already coming true, or you're already working towards it, or you've manifested it in a way that just seems so out there in this world. And so with the page of wands, we need to be students. We need to sit back and we need to learn. But we also need to embrace what the inner child has created within us that we've been ignoring. And it brings us to this place where we want to move so fast. We want everything to go so fast. It's kind of like a little kid. Like, I just want to move so fast, so fast. And then the little kids can just crash in the middle of the room. And you're like, you're asleep now? Okay. And that's what's going to feel like during this time, is that we can go so fast, so fast, so fast, and then we kind of crash. So being mindful of that is going to be super important. But with the Four of Wands reversed, we're not taking our rest seriously. We're not taking care of ourselves seriously. And this can also be because Mercury is the fastest moving planet. And with this fast moving energy, we're like, okay, I'm just going to get caught up into it. I'm just going to go with it. Everything's moving so fast and I'm making such quick decisions and everything has to be done instantaneously, if not better. And so here it's like, hey, listen, slow it down and learn how to rest. Learn how to take care of you. That's going to be super important, Leo. With the Empress, what are you nurturing within yourself to birth forward into this world? The Empress is always shown, or usually shown, as a pregnant woman, which makes sense. It's very much a visual, literal sense of what are you birthing forward into this world. But it doesn't have to be pregnancy at all. Actually, that can be very off-putting for some people. What it is what am I creating and what do I desire? Where do I need to be and what's inside of me that I kind of have to have the gumption and the determination and the I don't know why Spirit is saying it's very brave, but I do know why Spirit is saying this. It's very brave to take your dreams out of dreamland and start to make them into a reality. And it's very brave to see when things aren't going your way, because we have that with the 10 of Pentacles, that we don't give up on ourselves. And we say, you know what, I'm going to keep on moving forward. I'm going to keep on nurturing my dreams. Now, this isn't saying that we can't pivot. We can't say to ourselves, okay, well, now I need to do something that's a little bit more practical, or I need to have it moving this way or that way type of thing, because we most definitely can. But it's also saying, this is what I need to create in my world. And this is what brings happiness and joy and prosperity to me. With the moon, we are going to see that there's strong Pisces energy here as well, time frame February 19th to March 20th. But there is also a sense of, I've seen my fears. I've seen my fears and I've named them. I understand them. I understand when I react out of anger because of my fears, and when I react out of, when I react like afraid because of my fears. And I'm finding the balance to what I want. The moon is simply the reflective light of the sun. And so it's interesting because your sister sign, Leo, is Cancer. And what just came to me is Cancer is ruled by the moon. And that is the reflective light of who you are. So during this time when Cancer comes forward, we are going to see things kind of like mellowed down, but what we truly want. And then when we're looking at our fears and our doubts and, all the chaos around us, we're saying, how do I move forward? Understanding my fear, naming my fear, seeing my fear, but not being ruled by it, not being controlled by it. It brings us then to our subconscious spirit message, which is love reversed. We need to put love in everything. We need to have love be the most important thing in our lives. Saying, I love you, to ourselves, not to everybody else. We don't have to say I love you to strangers or anything like that. But, being able to embrace love and happiness and joy and success, and really letting there be a place for love. Because we can really think, oh, what does love have to do with it? Kind of like that Tina Turner song. And find out that it's everything. We find out that, yeah, love can't pay the bills and love can't make, certain things happen. We can't love somebody out of their darkness all the time. We just can't. If we think we can, that can lead to a lot of heartbreak. But knowing to put love at the center of our world and saying this is going to be the radiance that flows out of me, well, that gets to be a game changer. And it brings us then to our subconscious chakra message, which is the heart chakra, and that's forgiveness. I love that we have love and then the heart chakra coming forward. How do I love? How do I embrace my heart? How do I embrace my soul and what I want? Forgiveness, yes, we can forgive others, but I always see forgiveness as first in forgiving ourselves and embracing ourselves and saying, this is where I need to be. This is what I love. This is what I'm passionate about. This is who I am. And I forgive myself for being human and making mistakes along the way. We don't have to be perfect. I heard somebody say we are all the villain in somebody's story. And I was a little bit off put by that when I first heard it. And then I thought, you know what? You weren't perfect. And so that would be true, for yourself personally, like for myself personally, and for others. And I think that is such an interesting thing to see. And I don't know if that resonates with anybody, but I thought that was a very interesting way of looking at things. It's like, let yourself not be perfect. You don't have to be everybody's fairy godmother. And that's okay. That is absolutely okay. So taking love and moving forward with that love and with that passion, but also with that forgiveness of self. It brings us then to our subconscious chakra message. Not chakra message, I do apologize, but energy to be mindful of. And it's the Two of Pentacles. It can be trying to balance everything and just forgetting to take care of ourselves. So balancing ourselves, harmonizing with ourselves, and knowing that some things we just can't do. And we have to stop beating ourselves up about it. Our subconscious tarot message is the Fool, and the Fool reversed. And this is a sense of, I'm afraid to let myself take that leap of faith, to let myself go after what people might laugh over, what people might sit there and doubt me about. So here with the child, there is a sense with the Fool, there is a sense of holding back our dreams for one reason or another. And Spirit is asking us why. Why are we holding back? And what do we need to truly embrace for ourselves? All right, Leo. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Leo. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless. Have a blessed Mercury retrograde and happy holidays. Bye.